Good afternoon, everyone. My name is John Schaefer. I'm the Associate Director for Graduate Student Success and Professional Development with the Graduate School. And I would like to welcome everyone to the first Career Pathways guest speaker program as part of our Career Pathways series for the spring 2025 semester, and that is our Alumni Career Story. We are pleased to have Alexia Pollock with us. And let me just tell you a little bit about Alexia before she gets started, and then I will turn it over to her. Alexia is an instructional designer specializing in STEM and working collaboratively across the College of Sciences and Academic Innovation here at the University of Texas at San Antonio. With about 4.5 years of hands-on experience in course development, team training, and designing software applications, she thrives in innovation-driven environments. She supports faculty and staff with designing, developing, and ensuring accessibility for online and residential courses. She earned her Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies with a minor in Sociology and a Master of Arts here at UTSA in Learning, Design, and Technology, both at the University of Texas at San Antonio, two-time alum, just like me. I am happy to introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon to talk to us about her career path and her alumni career story, Alexia Pollock. And I did want to note in advance, Alexia will be keeping her camera off due to a recent emergency surgery she had to have. So just so you're wondering why the speaker doesn't have their camera on, that is why. So I'm going to turn it over to Alexia.
Thank you, John, and hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. I'm excited to showcase my experience through my journey at UTSA. And yes, do forgive me. I did have my tooth pulled yesterday, so my face is quite swollen, and I do not want to frighten anyone. And I will definitely do my best to hold my cough back because it's a little bit sore, but no worries, we will get through this. So yes, I am both an alumni, so I graduated at UTSA. A little bit about myself, excuse me. I come from a military family, and I was born in Florida and raised in Texas, and pretty much Texas is home. My dad retired here at Lackland Air Force Base, so I pretty much went to high school here, and then I decided to go join the Alamo colleges to get some of my undergrad basics done. Paying for school was expensive, so I went ahead and did a few courses in Alamo colleges to kind of help out the budget. And then I completed my bachelor's at UTSA. And with that being said, I received my interdisciplinary studies and my minor in sociology. And I graduated in December of 2015. During my undergrad, I did a lot of student teaching. I went to elementary schools, I went to middle schools, and I always saw myself in the library studying with classmates, getting projects done. At that time, a lot of the courses were in person. I did some online, more of the undergrad, like intro courses like math, writing, some history, I believe. And excuse me. And I had a lot of fun. It was a great environment, UTSA. If you took your undergrad there, then you may have experienced that great community where everyone's always willing to help out, point you to the right direction. So, with that being said, I definitely found a really great, happy spot at UTSA and knew like if I ever want to come back, I knew I'd come to UTSA. At this time in 2015, I decided to travel to Greece for a year and take a break from education. I went to visit my family, and then when I came back, I jumped into using my degree and, you know, getting my career jump start. And it was within the early intervention specialist and coordinator. This was based off of helping um, babies and to children up to 3 years old, so 0 to 3. with children with disabilities, and they may have had developmental delays. And I was the one who would visit them. I would go to their house and assess them, see what they need, and create case studies. So um, I was their teacher in the clinical perspective, which was it was new to me. This was something I came across by doing my research. At first, I did a year of ALE in the Northside Independent School District. However, it was something I felt like I needed something more, something different. And this is when I stumbled upon early intervention. And it was actually one of my good friends. She told me about this, and seeing the schedule and seeing what I was doing to help other like infants 2, 3 years old to the transition to pre-K, it really inspired me. And as soon as I started, I absolutely loved it. So I did this for a few years. And then I kept having a little curiosity bug where I felt like I wanted something else. I wanted to do some more. And so I kept expressing that to my husband, and he's like, you just need to go back and do some research at UTSA and see what they have for you, because I wanted to do something else with education. So I did my research and I came across the Learning Design and Technology program. And this it put everything I wanted in one whole. It put technology, working online, working with adult learners, and then intro from students. So I work with all university students. So I'm not quite in the elementary students or infants. So I went from children to adult learning, which wasn't a big. Oh, it's a nice jump, but we also learned that in my undergrad years as well. So the transition was refreshing, and it was still very passionate in what I found happiness in. And not only that, but there's this program opened so many doors for me. Excuse me. And um and it highlighted everything I wanted. So that's what I'm going to focus on today is my career with the master's program. And within this time, I came across tremendous, amazing mentors. I reached out to my academic advisor. I would meet with him every semester just to kind of touch bases, see where I'm at, what courses do I need. And during this time was actually when COVID had took place. So a lot of my courses after the first semester went 100% remote. So I met with the program about, I want to say maybe twice in person when we did our student development day. And we got to meet everyone, our professors, our academic advisors, and it was really refreshing to see everyone. And then when we went into the pandemic and was everything 100% remote, I still felt that connection. It was still the door was open at any time if I needed any, if I had any questions, any concerns, I was there to reach out to them, and they were always available. And it's a great program if you're interested in teaching and learning and have and you're tech savvy. I definitely highly recommend looking into the LDT program. And a lot of my professors that I had are actually still there. So they're amazing people and very understanding, and they're always there to help their students succeed. Within the master's program, I did jump into in summer of 2020, I took an internship. This was part of the course academic for my credits, and I applied for it, and I thank God I did receive it, and I was able to jump right into how to be a good instructional designer, but I was given limited eyes on the ground in a sense. So I was helping them, create infographics. I would jump into the courses and add any essentials like text headers, check accessibility. I would work on PowerPoints, PDFs. Um, Anything that was needed from the designer, I was taught how to fix it and how to assess it. And then
I would do it independently after that. So I was constantly learning while in the program. This was an awesome opportunity. And the way that this internship was brought to me was my instructor had given a list of different opportunities that would be available for that semester that would come about. Sometimes either a funding would be available for one and then one may have dropped off. So, it would be limited. Maybe about 4 students would be able to at that semester, but the opportunity for the following semester was always back available and open. So I did for the summer. I did jump onto it and applied, and a few of my colleagues also applied too. So it was really nice to have that experience with students in my class. So we were able to collaborate and see how their experience was, and across the board was just tremendously a lot of fun. And the department was teaching, learning, and digital transformation, with under the big umbrella of academic innovation. And ever since then, that I think that was my turning point where I felt this is going to be it. And I found my passion, my glitch. Like this is it. And everyone in the office is extremely nice, very knowledgeable. And one of my professors was actually working in the department that I had no idea. So that was really nice to see her around the office too after COVID. Excuse me. And then when I came to graduation time around fall of 2021, I went ahead and I applied so that way I applied myself to join the department. So when I joined the department in 2021, it was a turning point. I was so excited that they accepted me to be part of the department. So the internship was, I guess you could say, not only a teaching and learning experience, but it was a trial run on whether is this profession for me, and is this going to be worth my while to continue my profession, or what do I need to work on so that I could perfect what I need to be good in my career. So everything that I had questions about became answered. And here's a fun photo. This was opening day at the office. So Rowdy came and visited us, and we had our little, props and stuff. And I'm the one in the middle with the gold glasses. So that's me with my face not swollen. So I hope to get back to that soon. Um, but it's a great office. We always have, good spirit days. We like to have it recognition days, pointing out what we have accomplished throughout the semester, sometimes annual. So it's always been a great environment of not just colleagues, but also academic. We're always striving to do more, and always reach to the next timeline. Like the big talk now that is something that we're focusing on is artificial intelligence. As we know, they have ChatGPT and an endless amount of AIs going around. So we're always keeping up to speed and wanting to be ahead of the game with everyone else in education. As we know, it continues to grow and take off overnight. So, um, a little bit of my timeline, I then became an instructional designer within STEM. So it's same position, a little bit more responsibilities. So, all that I do is I help create Canvas courses in all modalities, um, face to face, hybrid, excuse me, asynchronous, synchronous. I provide resources and trainings for digital tools during whether it's via email, consultations, on virtual sessions. I create STEM focused teaching and learning resources with the College of Sciences, and I collaborate with the College of Science faculty to see what is their college needing to help them succeed in both online and in person with the tools that UTSA has to offer. And I also present and attend different conferences. And the image shown here is a little image of a presentation that I did at two of the conferences listed below, Texas DLA and US DLA. So not only do I help create courses, but we also dive into the academia view and aspect of education. So we collect data on our courses, the different learning approaches. So this presentation in a nutshell is a course I created with different gamification approaches, which where you can implement badges, leaderboard, escape rooms, and virtual reality. And within that, we had workshops where faculty attended and then they learned to implement into their course. Excuse me. And we had a great turnout with this. Many faculty love using the different tools at UTSA, whether it's PlayPosit, Panopto, or Padlet, anything that links to a gamification approach for their course. And so this had a really great turnout, and I absolutely um, love going to conferences. You get to collaborate with other professionals from across the US and you get to see how they work. And I am always amazed of what other people are doing. And we always change contact information. So in the future, we could always connect and share our ideas. But I must say, UTSA is always on top of it. Everything that we're doing, others want to do. So you're in the right place. I have to admit that with confidence and happiness. It's always where how do you guys do that? What is your secret? And it's like there is no secret. It's like this is all we do to get where we're at. And honestly, it's our admin support and the school support. We wouldn't have been able to do a lot of these projects or conferences without the support from our school. So and faculty as well. Faculty has always been supportive to jump on different pilots to see if what works, what doesn't work in their courses with different digital tools and just different learning approaches. So I tremendously love UTSA and maybe a little biased because I graduated from here, but I love it so much I stayed. So that definitely has to give a little something that it is a really great school and great people as well. And then, excuse me, and a little bit in depth in my position of what it entails is my STEM team is really small. It's myself and another young lady, Maya Bland, and we were the first of a collaboration connecting two divisions of academic innovation and the College of Sciences. We have been succeeding with this approach for going on 2.5 years now. And we have had a great turnout and would love to implement this approach across all divisions at UTSA. So that way, each college has a specialized instructional designer to be able to go to ask questions and have answers on demand. So that for faculty and for staff that may have organizations for the students themselves. So we have been doing lots of course development with the faculty and also incorporating new technologies within the STEM field as well. One, for example, if you're in science, it's called Labster. We had that one and also earned a reward award for that one for doing research and seeing the outcomes of how students liked it at UTSA. So we did make the paper on the Labster website. So that was really neat too. There's always great opportunities in education, and UTSA also provides that in a large extent. And I always recommend if you don't know the answer to something, always go to your advisor to ask the questions to get the answers to, because they definitely will send you in the right direction. And throughout the whole time of your graduate school, or if you're going to be a postdoc, definitely still reach out to your advisor or find yourself a mentor throughout the process, because it's always great to collaborate with someone and see what their thoughts are, that potentially maybe it didn't cross your mind at the time. So it's always good to hear what others have to say that went through the experience already. So it's been very beneficial to me, and to this day I still have mentors. Even though I graduated, I still have a little thought about going to get my PhD in digital learning, or in something higher ed. So that's always been a thought, and a lot of my colleagues have either gone through getting their postdoc or is currently getting it. So they have always great advice to share, and I'm always leaning on them on their current experience and also future experience on what they recommend. It's always good to have mentors like that in your life. It's very beneficial. And last thing I would like to share, excuse me, where I hope to go with my career is, really, I absolutely love my job. It has everything I want in my career aspects. It has the location, flexibility. I'm able to work remote in times throughout the time during the week. I did have a baby boy um during the summer. So I was able to work remote and raise him, and then going into the office periodically to be part of the team meetings, different events, and still be able to come home and then continue my work. So that is something I absolutely love, um, being able to raise my child. Um, my career growth, there's always growth in this position. There's always name changes. Maybe there might be like a senior instructional designer, and I guess that just puts years on your name. So I'm not in a rush with any years. I think I'm comfortable, but I always am willing to learn, which I go to conferences. I reach out to other professionals to see, their thoughts and ideas about just course design, and just really on collecting effective data. Um, so I think this position is really my dream job, and I'm extremely happy on where my career is going and where it's going to be in the future. And this position also gives me good quality time, because when I'm at home working during my lunchtime, I actually eat something healthy. I don't buy food out. So I have, a nice lunch I get to make, or I prep my meals over the weekend, and then I have my lunch already made. So I definitely eat healthy. And um the the company at church is, I'm sorry, at church. I apologize. I'm thinking of church. At work is great. As you saw in the photo before, it's always a fun environment. Everyone is very positive, very open, very willing to learn more, and always ready to take that next step into what's new, not just at UTSA, but what's going on all around UTSA outside of Texas. We want to always be giving the students all the updated information and technology, so that way students want to come to UTSA. So I absolutely love the culture there. I don't know if I would ever find the same culture anywhere else. So I think I've just been very blessed and thankful for this position at UTSA. And again, it's really just talking to people and seeing their point of view and how their um, experience has gone. That's really helped me through this journey of mine. My work life balance, excuse me, is also very great. They have, at working at UTSA, you do have like a 30-minute break time where you get to like stretch your legs, walk around, and it's wellness that helps you this is your time to pause, your time to step away from work and just like get your blood flowing and make sure, you're not sitting too long because you don't want to stress, your legs out, anything, and just really refresh your mind and then jump back right into it. And I think that work life balance is great because not only do you get to step away from work, you get to, make a phone call. If you want to talk to anyone from your family, maybe you want to go off campus and get Whataburger or just take a nice breath of fresh air outside is also great. And then if you want vacation, let's say you go out of town, but you're working remote at that time, then you're able to work in anywhere you want. You could work out at the beach if you have good Wi-Fi, right? As long as you are able to get your work done efficiently and you are attentive to any emails coming to you and getting your work done, you could really make that work-life balance tremendous. And I love the dynamic work environment. We have a huge umbrella. If you're familiar with academic innovation, we have lots of hats underneath our umbrella. Inside of our office specifically, we have the academic technologies. Excuse me. Academic technologies, and then we have the TLDT. So we have an endless amount of support from videography, photography, technology, working with the classrooms, working with iClicker. Every technology that we have license with, we have direct access and support within the office by just walking to their door and say, hey, I need some help, or I have a situation. What do you recommend? And then we have, hands-on consultation and support for faculty. And then we have student support where there's different programs going on with Adobe Creative Cloud, and they're giving out so many great goodie bags to students. One year they gave away iPads, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. But I think at that time I was an intern, so technically I was working for them, so I couldn't be part of it. So that was a lucky time for many other students, but at the time I couldn't apply. So it was it was fun for others to get their backpack, their I think an Apple Pen. It was a great goodie bag I've ever seen in my life, and the department continues to do great um, programs like this for the students each semester. And if you haven't joined one yet, I highly recommend reaching out to Academic Innovation and seeing what student programs is coming up, because I'm almost certain there's something going to come up with either with Adobe or just, refreshments on um, different tools that are available to you. And there's endless opportunities that is available to you, and I definitely want to let you know that that's there for you. And that's pretty much my journey in a nutshell. And I apologize for the coughs throughout there, but I will go ahead and pass it on over to John if there's any questions.